Outstanding. We are live. Excellent. So this is the best part of the day. Why? Because we get to see lots of great startups. And I, for one, as someone who invests in startups, I get really excited about it. And I'm delighted to have John help me. John Hill is the Techstars network guru and does this kind of pitch session with startups all the time. So I have only one logistics things to say, which is these are only 29, 30 startups. There are 70 back on the website. So for those of us who are participating today, go back and network, check out those other companies because they do cool stuff as well. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, John, and I'm going to bow out and let the first company go. All right?
Sounds good, Lila. Thank you. So I am John Hill. I'm the VP of Network at Techstars. We're the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. Best way to describe me is I'm kind of like Morgan Freeman in the Shawshank Redemption. I'm the guy who can get you things. Techstars is my prison yard. That's probably where the analogy falls down a little bit. I operate, in essence, a cyclotron. I try to smash incredible, beautiful atoms together, and Techstars is full of that. It's the best affiliated network that I've ever been a part of in my life. Just shy of what you would see in friends and family. The benefit of working at an organization like Techstars is you're surrounded by innovation. You're surrounded by some of the best ideas that aren't going to come to market until 2 to 5 years from now. So you get to see the future. And we hope to give a glimpse of the future, what things look like over the next 45 minutes. These companies that are getting up, they're doing 1 minute pitches or a little less than 1 minute. I imagine trying to create a unique selling proposition around what you do in a minute. Very, very difficult. So if you can give them mental rounds of applause, that would be well appreciated, I'm sure, by all of them. And know that you can engage with them afterwards. As Lila was saying, you can visit the website, go to the Startup Showcase, and connect with any of the companies that you see here, and another 40 or so that have web pages there that you can interact with and engage today or in the future. So feel free to jump back into that. I am used to doing MC and pitch competitions. Some of you may have seen me at CES. I'm the MC for the startup stage there. Kind of surreal that I haven't had the opportunity to do this in a while. But one of the beautiful things about doing showcase like this is you get to see the energy, you get to see the excitement that these people all have for their companies. Give you an idea of kind of the breakdown of what we're going to do here. The first 10 companies are out of the current program for Stanley and Techstars in Hartford, Connecticut. And nostalgic. I live in Boston, down to Hartford to give a Power the Network presentation to those companies generally. In the year of COVID, haven't had the opportunity to do that. By the way, I'm an extrovert off the charts, and extroversion and a global pandemic do not work well together. But we're getting closer and closer to the opportunity of a return on this type of thing in person. I cannot wait until we can get there. But first 10 companies will be out of program, Stanley Black & Decker program. We'll take about a 4 to 5 minute little interlude. I'll share some more insight about what's happening around the Techstars network, engagement opportunities that you have within Techstars. And then we have 2 sets of companies after that, which are out of all of Techstars. And they will be also giving 45-second to a minute pitches as they go along. So you are in for a ride, getting to see 30 companies at the early seed stage level or the early level. And have them pitch in front of you is just kind of like absolutely cool. And the beautiful thing about the last year is it's afforded us the opportunity to do some unique things through virtualization, and that includes engagement events like this. So happy that you are here with us and engaging. Look forward to the show that you're about to get. We are going to switch to the first company that is going to start this pitch. And again, it's going to be a cascade. So buckle in, enjoy the ride, and I'll be back with you. I'll introduce these companies as we go in between, but I'll be back with you for a little bit of time after these 10 companies pitch. So the first company up is Hilos, and we will bring them to the stage.
All right. Thank you, John, for the kind introduction. Well, let me ask everyone here, how long does it take for you to develop and launch a new product? How accurately are you forecasting demand? How much of your cash flow is tied up in inventory right now. What if these problems didn't exist? I'm Elias, the co-founder and CEO of Hilos, a circular manufacturing platform changing the way we make and sell, enabling consumer products to be developed and distributed as efficiently as software is today. We integrate leather and textile with 3D printing to create on-demand product, where it's needed, when it's needed. By reinventing entire categories, starting with footwear, we're delivering personalized products without inventory or waste. So reach out if you're interested in changing the way you make. Thanks.
It's awesome, Elias. I appreciate it. It's always hard being the first one to do something like this. And we are going to pop to Sensei Analytics.
Thanks, John. Sorry about the few second delay there. Hi, everyone. I'm Ian, CEO of Sensei Analytics. Using AI is hard. Big tech companies are leading the way because they have access to the data and talent required. For manufacturing companies who have less of these resources, developing predictive models for every product, machine, or factory requires a new approach. At Sensei Analytics, we are building on our team's background, developing new machine learning methods at MIT to solve this problem and help manufacturing companies deploy AI at scale. We are building a local platform where data scientists and analysts can train models using methods that require less data. Our first product enables them to rapidly deploy forecasting models to predict product demand, machine health, and energy consumption. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ian. Thank you so much. And next up is Malamute.
Great. John, pleasure being here. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt, CEO and co-founder of Malamute. Manufacturing facilities, they're noisy. We make sound separation technology that lets your workers hear the voices and alarms that are going on around them, and also provide acoustic environmental monitoring to the facility, all on a connected system. Rather than suppress noise, we use artificial intelligence to be able to separate sounds into meaningful streams for everyone. A meaningful stream to me is voice. I've worked in machine shops, and I can just tell you firsthand how difficult it was to be able to communicate with everything going on. From preventing accidents on the shop floor to providing proactive insights to facility managers, we at Malamute use artificial intelligence to make all sounds useful.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. I love the backdrops we all have. This is like real world. So next up, IFlow.
Hi, I'm Christoph, and you probably already know the backbones of smart factories are data and interconnection. But during my time as factory engineer at a large company, we always faced that one problem: creating and maintaining data connections between shop floor devices, applications, and databases. It was an extremely time-intensive process, and no joke, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for external IT suppliers just to make small progress in lots of time. IFlow is going to change that. For manufacturing companies that want to digitalize their factories, IFlow is going to change that. We allow factory engineers without deep IT knowledge to create connections between shop floor devices and applications and make Industry 4.0 happen. Super easy, user-friendly, and scalable. Sounds good? Let's chat.
Christoph, bringing in the energy. Appreciate it, bud. Next up, Production AR.
Hello, I'm Mark from Production AR. There is so much digital data associated with objects, but inconvenience, access, and rarely used. Think how more efficient it would be if this data was instantly at hand. We bring to you augmented reality technology found usually only in video games. Just aim your phone and see an extra layer of reality. The solution at its core uses game-changing computer vision algorithms, which results in scans much further away and at real-time video rates. See info about the box on the high-up shelf. Scan in 100 boxes in a few seconds, or read the pump pressure of a valve without getting out of your vehicle. Our Tag Scan product is the next generation inventory and tracking system in a simple smartphone app with no extra equipment.
Mark, that was great. Thank you so much. Next up, Slytec.
Hi, I'm Cameron with Slytec. We offer machine monitoring and optimization systems for small to mid-sized manufacturers who want to get more productivity out of their legacy equipment. We provide these systems in a simple to install and easy to use platform. These solutions can identify bottlenecks in the process, automatically decrease cycle times, tooling costs, and scrap parts. Unlike our competitors, we don't provide actionable metrics. Our systems automatically improve your manufacturing processes by as much as 45%. We started out by using these solutions in our own businesses, our friends' businesses, and now we have customers that produce anything from pasta to graphite electrodes to mission-critical aerospace parts. Our vision is a connected and optimized factory floor, regardless of plant size or machinery age.
Good job, bud. Next up, Aduro.
Thank you, John. Hello, everyone. My name is Akshay, co-founder of Aduro. Building custom software around your manufacturing execution system is hard, expensive, and it takes a lot of time. My co-founder Gibran and I built these solutions for 5 years and saved companies over $6 million. But every time it would take us over 6 months. Very painful. Factories spend almost 10 times more than their base systems cost in building custom solutions for production, maintenance, and material management. So we built Aduro. It is a platform with connected apps to create custom workflows that meet the exact process needs in just a matter of days. These connected apps can run independently or can also increase the functionality of your existing system. Our vision is to democratize industrial software automation. The current apps are built by us. Soon we will open the platform to third-party developers to bring apps for factory of every size. Thank you.
All right, let's keep the ball rolling. Next up, Pure Robotics.
Hi, John. Hello, everyone. My name is Rishabh. I'm the CEO at Pure. So growing up, I saw my dad's manufacturing line change drastically while still being limited in its production capacity due to his reliance on traditional automation solutions. While he has the capacity to buy a robot, he simply cannot pay for the integration, deployment, or maintenance of these systems. And that's an industry-wide problem. Currently, 70% of any automation solution cost goes in the integration and deployment rather than the robotic hardware itself. At Pure Robotics, we make mobile robots that can understand human sense of touch, allowing people on the field to program, deploy, and work with these robots in real time, thereby making robots peer to the humans, not a piece of equipment that is scary and complicated to work with. Thank you.
Great job, Rishabh. Thank you. Next up, EMS Forest.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Farid Anani with EMS Forest. Electronics design and manufacturing companies lose millions of dollars annually due to design quality and other related supply chain challenges. The good news is that we can solve these problems very early in the process during the design stage, well before the manufacturing cycle actually starts. EMS Forest introduces an AI-powered software as a service solution, which will enable electronics manufacturers to increase their product reliability, improve design quality, and accelerate time to market, realizing better profits at the end. To learn more, please connect with us at emsforest.com. Thank you.
Throwing in the website. Love it. Next up is Modica.
Hey, thanks, John. Hey, I'm Will. I'm CEO and co-founder at Modica, where we build self-organizing, self-healing microfactories anywhere on Earth and beyond. In my industrial automation career, I saw the tremendous engineering effort required to design and build factories, and I saw how so much of that effort is very manual and expensive. Enter Modica. Our software platform helps manufacturers discover, select, and coordinate advanced production machinery, all from a single view. It's embedded on, but also works entirely independent of our XFAB hardware framework, which acts as a translator and adapter piece between OEM devices, allowing them to click together like Lego bricks and stack vertically to make use of valuable airspace. For the future of high-mix production environments like contract manufacturing and on-demand 3D printing, our intelligent modular approach reduces costs in deploying flexible and scalable factories anywhere they need to be. To learn more and to start building your first microfab, join us at madebymodica.com. Thanks.
It's a great job. Way to end it, Will. So you can imagine what we just did there. You just got to see 10 companies in 10 minutes, and they absolutely killed their pitches. And you think about how difficult that is to put together. It's absolutely amazing. But it speaks to the type of companies that come through a Techstars Accelerator and the founders that we get as part of it. I joined Techstars in 2014 and actually started through the interview process and conversation in 2013 and fell in love with a couple different principles of the organization. One, we are very reliant on this idea of give first, that a network is open and available to you. Generally how I kind of prove that out is if somebody from Techstars were to pick up the phone and reach out to you, by show of hands, how many of you would take that call? And invariably, every one of you would raise your hand to support these startups and entrepreneurs. And we've built a cohesive network that supports and helps that. But there's also this like give back phenomenon that's happened in this organization that is amazing to witness. And a perfect example of that is one of the first companies that I met when I came to work here was a company called SendGrid. SendGrid, as some of you may know, is the first company to ever go public out of an accelerator. And if you don't know what they do, you do. If you've driven in an Uber, you get a receipt on the back end of that drive. It's actually SendGrid that fulfills that email. That going public was one part of the story. They ended up getting acquired by Twilio for $3 billion. That's with a B. That's a big number. And I think my favorite thing about this, though, were actually the founders who developed that. They were all these size of companies that you just saw pitching to you back in the day. And one of the founders of SendGrid, Isaac Saldana, has continued to stay engaged in the Techstars network. At this point, he could probably buy a small island if he wanted to. But a year and a half ago, when we were still doing live events, Isaac got on a plane and flew from Orange County, California to Torino, Italy, to give a presentation in front of burgeoning entrepreneurs about his journey and how he got to where he needed to be. He didn't have to do that, but he did that because he wanted to give back to this network and engage with the companies that were similar to him. I absolutely love that story because I appreciate who he is and what he's about. But better yet, for all of you who are tapping in here, know that you have the ability to reach out to each other, have the ability to engage and support each other. And again, I go back to what I was saying before. I think this is the best affiliated network that I've ever seen in my life. I worked at a little company prior to coming to Techstars called LinkedIn. Some of you may be aware of it. And we actually metric the most effective relationships that you have. What are the relationships that are going to move messaging from point A to point B, first level connection to a second level connection? And we found that there were 4 major affiliations professionally that will do that. Number 1 is friends and family. Challenge there is a lot of times that network isn't big enough to help you out, or it's not in the area that you're trying to get into. I've been a higher education evangelist, and now I'm a network catalyst. My family doesn't even understand my job titles, let alone how to help me out. So I have to lean on the other affiliations to support me through network. Number 2 is university affiliation. We've all attended a university or connected to a university. Most of us have, and we can leverage that long-term, alumni of an institution. 3rd is shared work experience. And 4th is professional causes, board work, committee work, things like that. The reason I bring that up is we actually researched that on LinkedIn. We could see who was moving messaging from A to B, and those affiliations rose to the top. I think that Techstars affiliation, the connectivity that happens here, is somewhere just shy of friends and family. And again, I've never seen a network like this. It is the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. And it's one of the reasons that I chose to come to work here, to help support that and build that out as we go. I've had the good fortune of helping support ecosystems in Cape Town, South Africa, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, Korea, Japan, Oslo, you name it. I've had some association with the startup ecosystem there. And now we get to see some of the best Techstars companies that come out of that ecosystem and that network. So I am going to start with the first company that's going to be on the next set of 10 company pitches, and then I'll jump back with you. But somebody that I've known in network for a while, Mary from Blink. You're on mute, Mary. Hey, Mary, you're on mute. If you refresh your page, it may set it up again. Now you see how amazing it was that we got through the first 10 pitches. We'll have Mary on in just a second. And if not, we will jump to company number 2 and keep the game going. Are we going to try Mary one more time, Emma, or should we jump to Fieldmate? Fieldmate, here you are.
Thank you. Thank you, John. I'm Christian, I'm with Fieldmate. System uptime and spare part availability is crucial in any sector. And with the inherent disruption of additive manufacturing, we can extend system lifetime in a sustainable way and reduce the size and magnitude of large and inefficient spare part supply chains. So with our marketplace for industrial 3D printed parts and our first breakthrough in defense and energy sector, Fieldmate is on a mission to unlock and scale the AM revolution. This in regards to digitizing the value chain through a novel ecosystem structure where the IP owners can share and monetize their IP, licensing the production to AM factories near the end users. So with our technology, we can reduce both lead time and OpEx cost for late life and legacy, in addition to reducing costs for new projects. So if you find this interesting or you have any other follow-up questions, please reach out to us at Fieldmate. Thank you.
Christian, thank you for jumping in. We are going to give a shot to Mary and Blink again. I think you're still on mute, Mary. All right, we will get Mary on here, I promise you. Now it's a mission. But next up is Increment.
Cool. Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. I'm Jessica, the founder of Increment. The common narrative is that automation is simply displacing manufacturing workers. After interviewing hundreds of stakeholders across manufacturing in Indiana, we learned about the nuances around manufacturers' large skill shortages and how they look to map their shop floor training to their production errors. We digitized the impact of worker upskilling and training on production error rate for manufacturers. Manufacturers lose significant amounts of money due to very retrainable errors being made on the shop floor. We track when to retrain and upskill workers in real time, map those inputs to production to reductions in errors, and ultimately show the ROI of training through lower production costs. Our foundation was proudly built in South Bend, Indiana, where we have been conducting our work in pilots. Please feel free to reach out to Jessica at joinincrement.com or find us at our virtual exhibit booth if you'd like to chat further.
Always give the contact information. Good job, Jessica. Next up, Prognostic.
Hi, John. Hi. 30 years experience in operational technology, 20 years in deploying IoT for manufacturers. I've led the IBM Industry 4 campaign in the UK. I am Charles Joel, COO of Prognostic, and I can tell you that 9 out of 10 CFOs are flying blind. The operational technology gap to financial metrics are worsening. 2/3 of a physical asset's cost of operational life. Its cloud platform solves this by analyzing operational data in real time and translating it to financial risk. If you want to liberate your operational data in real-time financial value, come talk to us.
Charles, random people jumping in and you didn't miss a beat. That's awesome. Next up, Tuck.
I'm Sergio Pininfarina, co-founder and CEO of Tuk. When my great-grandfather designed the first Ferraris in 1950, he had 2 guiding principles: to build what is essential and to build what the driver needs. Nowadays, vehicles manufacturers are looking for personalization and standardization. Our solution can help them to build and imagine the vehicle of the future. Our protected technology enables to build a modular car with plug-and-play components for the interior, from seats to dashboard, like we demonstrated with Bosch, Lavazza, and many others. Our solution is 100% compatible with any electric vehicle platform. If this sounds interesting to you, talk to us. We believe we can be the mobility smartphone.
Thank you, Sergio. Appreciate it. Next up is Build.
So I think they
how
you
doing, Taylor?
There was a little bit of confusion. Sorry for interrupting Charles earlier, but this is
FutureFit AI. How you doing, Taylor? Go for it.
Good, thanks, John. So I'm sure many of the manufacturing leaders at this event hear new predictions every single day about what the future of work is going to look like. Well, regardless of what prediction they believe, where there's universal agreement is that there will have to be hundreds of millions of more career transitions for workers in middle skill and frontline manufacturing roles who will be most impacted by Industry 4.0. So again, I'm Taylor Stockton from FutureFit AI, and we partner with Fortune 500 companies like Boeing, Comcast, and Manpower Group to provide workers with an AI-powered tool that acts as a GPS in helping them navigate career transitions, whether it's to support internal mobility and reskilling, or helping companies reimagine layoffs by reallocating existing outplacement budget to better support workers into their next role. So I'd love to share more about our learnings and how FutureFit AI is helping manufacturing companies reimagine the future of work by empowering workers with an AI-powered GPS for their career. Thanks, John.
Hey, thank you, Taylor. Appreciate it. Build is up next.
Hey, John, how are you? Thanks a lot. So, hey, folks, my name is Pradeep Paul. I'm the CEO at Build, currently sharing and collaborating on visual assets in the hardware domain, such as CAD designs and PC board files, rely on antiquated solutions. Many of you probably have experienced sending and receiving DFM feedback as screenshots within Excel or PowerPoint, or even sending your sensitive design files over email. These asynchronous offline tools are causing miscommunication and delaying time to market. With Build, hardware companies and manufacturers will be able to securely share and collaborate on designs, view feedback on an interactive file viewer, and be able to understand past design changes with version control. We're revolutionizing the way to collaborate on hardware designs. If you'd like to view a demo or join our beta, please feel free to reach out to me or visit us at getbuild.com.
I love that we get to see living rooms all over the world. Next up, Retro Casual, or Casual.
Hi everyone, I'm Zishan Zia, the CEO of Retro Casual. Are you a discrete manufacturer who employs assembly line workers? How much visibility do you have on the manual assembly line work that happens on your lines? Our virtual supervisor platform uses an AI-enabled camera to analyze the tasks that are being performed on your assembly line. It offers audible and visual alerts when mistakes happen to ensure that operator completes the build correctly before the next step. Our platform also continuously performs time studies to help your industrial engineers accelerate Kaizen events. After raising our seed round from Japan's top VC, we are currently working with leading manufacturers including Packard and CAE to help them significantly reduce manual assembly errors and increase efficiency and profits. Reach out to try our free evaluation kit and learn more at retrocausal.ai. Thanks.
Thank you, my friend. So currently, this is the last group, this is the second group that we're doing on pitching. We're trying to get Mary on here. Sean, sorry, Mushroom Material. I almost jumped over you. Trying to figure out what to do with Mary. Go for it, Sean.
Oh dear, I can't hear you or anything. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go.
Okay, if you can hear me, that's good. All right. Hi, I'm Sean Seaman, the founder and CEO of Mushroom Material. Polystyrene is commonly known by its brand name of Styrofoam, a white packaging material used in everything from microwaves to TVs to cosmetics. We produce enough to cover an entire football field every 10 minutes, accounting for 30% of all landfill and 90% of marine debris. It takes 500 years to degrade, so anything thrown out today affects the next 17 generations. Governments are being forced to ban polystyrene, and finding a substitute which is as cheap and effective has proven very difficult. We have the solution, a mushroom-based packaging material which matches the protective properties of polystyrene and naturally decomposes within months. If you're interested in what we're doing, please reach out. Thanks.
Sean, you can't hear me, but that was great. So I am going to start with the second kind of intermission. You have 5 minutes, so if you want to run and grab a cup of coffee, you can, or you can sit here and listen to some storytelling from my side. But I'd love to give you kind of a view of what's happened over the last year. And I want to start with the end of February, where I was in Abu Dhabi, Berlin, and London, and still wondering what was going to happen with this virus that was starting to migrate around the world. And on March 4th of last year, I was in a basement bar in New York City with 100 other innovators where we were doing a corporate event for Techstars. We were shoulder to shoulder. We were shaking hands. We were giving hugs. And, I think back to that and it gives me chills. I had the good fortune to walk to Grand Central Station to say goodbye to New York City in person for a while. With a good friend, Jenny Fielding, who's our managing director in New York City. And I remember getting on the train and thinking, I wonder when I'm going to see everybody again or what's going to happen in the future. And Jenny ended up being the last person I saw at Techstars in person, or anybody I work with in person. And so, over this last year, we've been working on how do you create virtual experiences? How do you start to set the stage so that you could deliver what you do to the best companies in the world? And we've benefited from really hyper-indexing on support of conferences, engagement events, activities around our founders from a virtual space. The benefit of that is 12 months from now, when we start to return to some level of normalcy and events start to happen in person again, we have this hybrid experience where we can do things like this. And we can take companies all over the world and do speed pitches in a scenario like this and support your efforts to tap into the most innovative companies that are in your respective spaces, whether it's advanced manufacturing or AI, sustainability, mobility. We can pull these companies together to do efforts like this. So feel free to let Lila know, feel free to let us know that this was something that was impactful and effective for you. And we can continue to move this forward and set you up for engagement of this network. I've had a surreal ride at this organization to date. When I came on board, there were 8 accelerators. We were in 2 countries, and we were building, in essence, 80 companies a year. We had about 400 companies total in our portfolio. To date, we're sitting at about 2,600 companies in total that have gone through a Techstars Accelerator. We're operating in 15 countries with our accelerators and 150 more with the activities that we're doing through Startup Week and Startup Weekend. And it's been an incredible rocket ship to be on, to see where we're at now. And you can see future forward what opportunities are in front of us. We have a relatively new CEO, Mayal Gave. If you have an opportunity, engage with her, connect with her. Very founder-centric on the view of how the world operates through Techstars. And I will bring the best companies to bear for you to engage and connect with for the work that you're trying to do with your respective organizations or companies. I saw the list that Lila had put together of some of the representatives who are on this program. And it's a makeup of some of the best companies in the world. So for all of you taking your time to do this, thank you so much. It means the world. Special shout outs. It's not easy putting these type of events together. So for putting together the Techstars Advanced Manufacturing Summit, Lila, awesome work. And behind the scenes, Emma has been doing incredible work keeping this train running. And as you can imagine, when you're doing it from a virtual, it's easy to have things go a little bit sideways. But look, we've just seen 19 companies pitch, and what their companies are doing represents some of the best innovation happening in the spaces that they represent in the world. And it's just awesome to see this kind of continue. So we have 10 more companies. One thing that I will set up here is the first cohort of companies through Stanley are going to be doing a demo day in April. We would love all of you to engage and connect with those companies during that time period when we do that. But without further ado, I'd like to bring up Claire from Renewal Mill, and we have the last 10 companies we'll be showcasing.
Hi, thank you so much. And CEO of Renewal Mill. Renewal Mill is an award-winning upcycled food company. We're fighting climate change and global food loss by upcycling byproducts from food manufacturing into superfood ingredients and premium plant-based pantry staples. So we're producing our novel upcycled ingredients using a unique co-location model in which our equipment is placed directly at our partner facilities. You can currently find Renewal Mill flours and baking mixes online at Thrive Market, Fresh Direct, Amazon, among other places, and we're in about 170 stores at the moment. So we're really excited to be building a more sustainable future of food, and we encourage you to reach out and chat. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Claire. Thanks for being first up on the last set. So up next is H20K Innovations.
Hi, John. Thanks for the time. I'm Annie, co-founder and CEO of H20K Innovations. Liquid systems are at the heart of manufacturing, but management of these systems are incredibly inefficient, done through manual grab sampling or monolithic sensors. Industrials have little visibility, they are working blind. At H20K Innovations, we are rethinking that. Our platform leverages our Aqua sensors over 100 times cheaper in unit cost than industry standard sensors. Thus, we are able to mass deploy in tens and hundreds, generating of diverse real-time data, providing comprehensive visibility of your industrial deployment site. Then this data is integrated to Neptune, our automation control software with a backend machine learning algorithm. There we provide data-driven optimization and predictive analytics, allowing for strategic preventative action to be implemented. We're servicing Cargill, chemical and pharma manufacturing companies, exploring plant deployments at Ecolab and hyperscale data centers. Now is the time for Industry 4.0. If you are a corporation looking to modernize your fluid systems at the heart of manufacturing, I'd love to connect. Find us at our virtual booth or at h20kinnovations.com. Thanks.
Thanks, Annie. Up next is Veritex. I think up next is Veritex. I have word that he's coming.
Can you hear me? Hi, I'm Colonel James Reganor, the CEO of Veritex. When I was in the Air Force, I ran a large logistics organization, and I was always starving for spare parts. So I created Veritex at the intersection of blockchain and 3D printing. We are a B2B digital Amazon for aircraft, medical, and industrial parts. We've been able to increase uptime by reducing long lead times. In our POCs, we reduced parts lead times from 265 days down to 6 hours. We're also a green manufacturing solution, as 3D printing is inherently green. We're currently doing a Series A round, so join us if you'd like to use sustainable technology to increase your uptime. Contact me at jim@Veritex, Veritx.co. Look forward to talking to you. Thank you.
Let's go to Clio Robotics.
Hello, my name is Omar Ilarayan. I'm the founder and CEO at Clio Robotics. Inspecting confined spaces is extremely dangerous and claims more than 150 lives every year in the United States and costs companies tens of billions on equipment downtime, erecting scaffolding, and ensuring worker safety. Interestingly, most of these inspections are visual, where people typically go into these dangerous environments to take pictures. Instead of people, we want to send robots into these hazardous spaces, but the problem is that existing robots are not well suited to operate in these cluttered and complex environments. That's why we developed the Dronut, the world's first drone that's designed and engineered to operate in these environments and is equipped with numerous sensors to allow it to conduct these inspections with ease and in record time. If this problem sounds familiar to you, we'd love to have a conversation and explore how we can help. Again, my name is Omar Larayan, founder and CEO at Clio Robotics. Thank you.
The Dronut makes me hungry. Next up, Verimoto.
Great. Hi, John.
The industrial sector is responsible for roughly 30% of all greenhouse gas emissions. I'm Donna Sanders, energy auditor and CEO at Verimoto, and we help companies like the 177-year-old 120 factory Black & Decker adopt more sustainable energy practices and become carbon neutral. So imagine a portfolio view with all of your energy, including all your fuel inputs and emissions data from all of your plants in one place. And managers, you can choose which upgrades to make based upon ROI and emissions targets. And leaders, imagine the power of being able to see all of this in real time. Innovation and speed will win the future. And please contact me, Donna at verimoto.com or our virtual booth for a product demo, and let's get there together.
It's great to see you, Donna. Next up, DeepFlow AI.
Hey John. Hey John, can you hear me? Yeah. Thanks for having me. So I'm Vincent, CEO and co-founder of DeepFlow AI. And every year, manufacturers spend $20 billion on quality control to ensure that their production reaches the highest quality standards. Still, most quality inspection tasks to this day are done visually by operators. DeepFlow AI vision platforms helps quality operators in their daily inspection tasks, assisting them in spotting more defects quickly, measuring them, gathering metrics, and analyzing these data to improve quality processes over time. Using DeepFlow, operators can speed up visual inspection tasks from 15 minutes to less than 1 minute. If you're a manufacturer looking to increase quality and productivity, go DeepFlow. Feel free to reach out at deepflow.ai. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. Up next, EcoPlant.
Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Aviran, I'm the CEO and co-founder of EcoPlant, and we bring machine intelligence to industrial air compressors in factories. And for my 45 minutes, so I would like to just show you 4 numbers. First, 90% of the factories using air compressors. 50% of that going to waste the air consumption because a lot of reasons, leakages, blockages, poorly timed maintenance, many reasons. Our system is saving 30%, which means 250 to 500K every year as a result of using our system. So currently we're working with Ecolab and Nestle, Hilos, many factories and manufacturing plants. We have a sales channel agreement with Ecolab. So if you would like to reach us, just send us an email. We will come to a factory and solve your problems with your compressor systems. Thank you.
I love if you don't have the ability to do slides.
This is my slides.
That is awesome.
Just 4 numbers, guys.
Next up is traditive.
Hi, John. Great to see you again. Sourcing parts is a nightmare for every manufacturer in the world. They lack of manufacturing flexibility and spend millions waiting for quotations. Hi, I'm Mariel Diaz, CEO and founder of Traditive, and we have developed the fastest way to scale production in 1 click and get parts in fast as 1 day. Traditive creates an online sourcing platform to scale production with our 3D printing automated technology, reducing costs by 10x. We have produced over 20,000 parts for customers such as Nestle, BASF, and Glencore. And to accelerate the speed of delivery, we have opened a 20,000 square foot factory in Spain to produce parts on demand. If you want to scale production in 1 click, I'm happy to chat with you.
Great job, my friend. Next up is parsimony. Rich, good to see you.
Hi, John. Good to see you. Hi, everyone. My name is Rich Makolu, co-founder and CEO of Parsimony. Now, manufacturer discovery and manufacturer network management has not meaningfully changed since the invention of the Yellow Pages. This is because manufacturer networks can be quite complex. At Parsimony, we use machine learning to enable supply chain managers to better manage the chaos of the manufacturer networks and help them make decisions faster. We've helped companies to save over 96% in cost and months in lead time savings. To find out more, visit us at partsimoney.com.
Rich, thank you.
See ya.
That's a wrap, right? We just did all of those pitches in a very, very short period of time. On behalf of Techstars and all these companies, thank you for your attention and engaging in this. I've had the good luck and good fortune to sit down with 1,400 of our Techstars companies in a one-to-one fashion. It affords you a lot of pattern matching, and it allows you the opportunity to see how incredible these companies are that come through this filter. And this was just a small subset of what those companies represent, but no less impactful. Like, they are an incredible group of companies. I think it's great that we can do something virtual around a category like advanced manufacturing, how we've done it with this program. It's been my pleasure to be a host, and even though I'm not on stage with the bright lights, this was a pretty good substitute. I want to say Mary tried several times to get on here and had audio problems with Blink. And so if you can spend some time connecting with her so that you can hear her pitch in person, that would be great. You have a choice of 3 panels coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And so you'll have a little break in between now and then. I think we're giving you about 15 minutes. But as far as I'm concerned, this was the best 45 minutes of my day so far. And I appreciate the opportunity to engage with all of you. Feel free to reach out and talk. I'd love to connect. And I'll turn it back over to the crew. And I think that's a wrap on this session. So thank you so much.